Okay, my question is this. So if you look at the evolution of Sanskrit per se, so Sanskrit did not have any written scriptures.
Yes.
I mean, written style. I mean, so even the Devanagari.
Devanagari comes later.
Yeah, correct.
There's Brahmi, there's Prakrit.
Right. So have you bought this specifically in your book or?
No, I haven't. This is not. See, this is not. I'm not talking. I'm not teaching you Sanskrit in this book, and I'm not teaching you the beauty of Sanskrit, the greatness of Sanskrit. I'm doing only one thing, and that itself takes 500 pages. I'm doing a Purva Paksha Western Indology. So I'm taking what they have written, which is objectionable, which would be red flags in any audit. I'm kind of an auditor, saying these guys have done all this. And I'm auditing and coming up with red flags and coming up with reasons that there are problems. So that's what I'm working on. Just to tell you why I did this, you should know. In August or so 2014, I'm suddenly told that Sringeri Peetham is going to create a chair in Columbia University for representing and teaching and interpreting Adi Shankara. It will be called Adi Shankara Chair of Religion and Philosophy by Sringeri Mutt, Sringeri Peetham, something like that it was called. And it is funded by NRIs who put in $4-5 million, feeling very proud. And I was told that it's too late for you to raise questions because the Shankaracharya has already blessed it. Once he blesses it, he can't unbless it. There is no unblessing ritual, is what I was told. So it's too late if you have questions and so on. So you can just jump on board and so on. I could have just taken the easy way out and become very good guy in their books, you know, like other NRIs there. So I raised questions. And this was a chair who to be set up, and the selection committee and all that controlled by Sheldon Pollock, who's the subject of my Purva Paksha. So I said, my God, this is really bad news. Why are we outsourcing the ambassadorship of our tradition to people who are actually taking positions against it? I mean, he's more like a Charvak, or more like a Nastik, or more like a Charvak. And why would you take somebody like that and have them represent Adi Shankara? And I was told things like, Westerners are better scholars than Indians. I was told this kind of stuff. And I said, well, in that case, you should fund the Indians to become better. Raise their level. Raise their level. If you can do it with IT and with other things, you can do it with our tradition. Raise their level to international level. I'll work with them. So I was told all sorts of things why this is already a done deal and so on. So after arguing a lot with people in the US, both those who are funding this chair and the Sringeri Mutt people, representatives there, finding that I'm not getting anywhere, I decided I'll come to Sringeri and meet the Shankaracharya. And Mohanji came with me and a few other people. We went there, met the Shankaracharya, and basically said that I fully respect whatever your decision is, but all I want to do is to let you know what you guys will be getting into. I want to do a Purva Paksha. And you see, I found that Purva Paksha term is a magic term when you're talking to traditionalists. Without the term, they'll say things like, why should I worry about others? Truth is in my heart, or something like, everybody is the same, we're all good people. They talk all this kind of stuff, you know, to kind of get out of the responsibility of looking at others and critiquing them. The moment you say, I'm doing Purva Paksha Western Indology, in the same spirit as Adi Shankara did Purva Paksha of opponents, immediately they say, that's a very good idea, we ought to do it. I mean, how can they walk away from Purva Paksha being in the Shankara tradition, because that was his strength. So they liked the idea I'm doing Purva Paksha. I said I need a little time. I'll have my book out. I didn't have a book idea. I thought I'll do a 50-page paper. And then this 90-day project became 6 months. Then it became longer. It ended up as a 500-page book. So I just want to start the tradition of Purva Paksha applied to those who control Indology today. And I'm not taking any personal shots at anybody. I just want to make sure that this happens in a respectful atmosphere, and I am not the best guy to do it. I just happen to be the one doing it, and I'd like others more qualified to take over. So the question is, what happened with the Shankara thing? It's still open, but 16 months have gone by, 18 months have gone by. The deal was, I was told in an email, it's a done deal. You can't do anything about it. It's a done deal to be announced in 4 weeks. I was told that 18 months ago. And it hasn't been announced. I don't believe they've signed it. That much I'm told. So at the very least, they put it on hold. At the very least. Now, if I can turn this if I can turn this into a permanent sort of not doing it kind of deal, turning it down and under some pretext, whatever nice way to get out and face everybody and not have it happen, I will consider this to be, without any doubt, the most important accomplishment of my whole life, because of the strategic value. If you can save Sringeri, you can save all the mattas. On the other hand, if you lose this Sringeri representation in the West to atheists and anti-Hindu kind of people, then one after another domino will fall. They'll do this to every place, using it as a precedent. So therefore, to me, it is so important. And this, what I just told you, is the first chapter of this book. The very first chapter of this book is why I wrote the book. So please read it.